Hey guys, I'm back in our Mistcraft mining world and I'm reconsidering this whole frame quarry thing. I've had too many issues with it, the way it's working. First off, I had the redstone tube frames for the arm that moves up and down, and that was causing errors as the block breaker broke tubes that had stuff in them. And it was giving me phantom items that were crashing me as well as losing items. So I switched it out and I put in just regular frames for the arm and moved the item collection thing to the mining head. And then I was having problems with the wireless redstone signal, which doesn't seem to be working in Mistcraft worlds. The transmitter doesn't seem to transmit from Mistcraft worlds, so the receiver will receive. I even tried bouncing the signal back through the overworld using one frequency to send to the overworld, another to receive from there. But yeah, since the transmitter doesn't seem to be working, then it wasn't that didn't work. So I just put a timer down there. Oh, creeper, bad place for a creeper. I just put a timer down there, and it's kind of a kludge because I don't actually want the mining head running all the time. I don't want it running when we're going up and down. All these heads I'm getting. So the solution, I think, is to not have a arm that moves up and down and just move the whole thing up and down 6-axis. I was going to put 6-axis motion on the upper part anyway, but I didn't really want my platform base to be moving while I was standing on it. However, I think that's the way we're going to do it. I think that's the simplest solution. The alternate would be one last try at the moving arm and having another block breaker and deployer deploying jacketed red wire to send the signal down. That would work, I think. But then I still need to build a 6-axis machine. So yeah, I'm puzzled about the whole thing. I know I just came here and I didn't even make extra frame motors, so I'm gonna have to head back anyway. But yeah, those are my two options. I can have the 6-axis machine with the extending arm and add in jacketed wire deployers, or I could have the mining head itself being directly connected and move the whole machine up and down. Wow, these things not very charged. So I have to head back anyway apparently because I forgot to make more frame motors. I'm going to need 12 for the 6-axis machine, or 10 if I make the whole thing 6-axis. So yeah, I'll think about it for a couple of minutes while I'm on my way back, and I'll build those frame motors and I'll head back here and see what I can do. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of thinking, and I'm going to have to do it off camera because, you know, all this wiring's probably going to have to be redone. Alright, see you soon. Hey guys, I'm back. I was flying back toward the portal and I noticed this beast. This must be Truculence. He was originally going to use block breakers and frames to move IC2 miners around, but apparently he just decided to go with the chunk destroying bedrock to surface inchworm drive. I actually considered doing this too, and now that I'm looking at his, I'm thinking, you know, maybe I should have. What's this? A retriever. Oh, okay, he's got retriever battery power. Now that I look at this, I'm thinking, you know, this is probably a better idea because you don't have to move the thing all the way back up when you want to dig a new hole. You could just find a place to land here. You just keep it going, and it only has to go in one direction. You only need like a one-way inchworm drive, so there's no dealing with, you know, you don't need 12 motors to move it. It just keeps going in one direction, and yeah, simple as that. You just have one big machine. If I were to do this and I wanted to make it 64 blocks high, I have 256 block breakers, so I could make it 4 blocks wide. It looks like he went with 6 wide. So he went with 384 block breakers. That's a lot. So I might even do something like that. So I've got three possible considerations now. So I'll make a decision and let you guys know. So I've decided I'm going to go with the 6-axis machine that moves up and down. It's the linear inchworm drive, horizontal chunk messer upper. I've done those before, so I do want to do something different. I've always wanted to do a 6-axis like flying machine, so that's what I decided to do. It's more complicated, but you know, Minecraft is all about doing something that's interesting and fun that you haven't done before. So that's what I've decided to go with. The extending arm just seemed, while cool, it just seemed unnecessary. So I'm just gonna make the whole thing move up and down, and I'm gonna make it look cool too, I hope. So that is my plan. I'm going to start by moving this up a few blocks so that mobs won't be crawling onto the platform while I'm working at night, and then I'm going to tear down all this upper part and redo it. So yeah, I'll do that off camera because you guys don't want to watch me thinking for hours and hours. Alright, here's an update. I have built a relatively small 6-axis engine. Turn down my external speakers here. And it's, instead of controlling it with like analog redstone circuits, I thought that was just gonna end up being too much circuitry to lay out. I know you could do it, but you'd have to like have a variety of counters for moving variable distances, and it would have been cool, but I decided I was going to go with the ComputerCraft computer just for simplicity of laying stuff out. So it's connected to a bundled cable, and I have a series of different colored wires coming out to power the different engines. So for example, white is the down engine, and that'll power this motor here, which will move this one down, which will automatically get powered by this NOT gate. Will supply it a redstone signal to move everything down. Orange is up, magenta is north, light blue is east, yellow is south, and lime is west. So if I want to move the whole thing up, I could go red set, back, because that's the side that the cable is on, and 2 corresponds to orange, or I could go orange true, and up it goes. And then I would have to turn it off before sending an up command again. If I wanted to come down, I could go red set back 1, which sends a signal to the white cable, or the white wire, and down it comes, red set back 0. So now what I have to do is write a program so I don't have to you know, enter 2 commands for every movement. I also have to figure out how I want to hook it up to the mining head. It should be easy. I have bundled cable, so it'll just be another color. Pink is next in line, in sequence, and then I can pulse the cable too. So now it's just programming. So I'm going to work on that, and then I will improve my batteries and solar panels on the top there. Wow, this project is really taking the Minecraft out of me. It's so hard to deduce why a frame isn't moving. Like I was able to go down all the way to bedrock. I was able to go up one block, and then something was sticking it, and I couldn't figure out what. And then, so I went west a little ways, and then I was able to go up again. So I don't know what was sticking it. I can't figure it out. And then I had a timing issue. It's not going 64 blocks when I give it a command to. So I think I'm just not giving the frames enough time. Then I have another issue, which is the frame motor that there's two frame motors for each direction. One moves the entire construct, and the other moves the first frame back into position. And the way I have it set up is it moves the frame motor that just moves the actual moving frame motor activates first. So, for example, see, this one comes up and then the whole frame moves up. That one comes up and then the whole frame moves up. The problem with that is when it reaches the end and can't go anymore, that motor gets locked in the up position. So what I need to do is I need to switch it so that I move the frame first, and then I move the motor back. So that might take a major redesign. Yeah, it's very frustrating. This should almost be done. Yes, it's done. I also am not too happy with my input system. I need to learn a little bit more about programming in order to make it better, but for now it's functional enough to let me help figure out what's wrong with this thing. I think I've had enough of this for now though, so I'm going to take off, and I'm going to do some thinking about how to fix the sticking issue, as well as learn a bit more about coding. Yeah, these frame motors are complicated.